The main thing that got me into this line of work was actually, I was a student at New York University. I was planning to be pre-law. I didn't really have any anticipation that I would be in a public role. And then when I was president of the Muslim Club, about the fourth day into the first semester was the September 11th attacks. And so I found myself, as a 21-year-old, the president of the largest substantial Muslim community in proximity to ground zero. And so for a long time, the work I did was trying to explain to people what it is I think happened and how we're supposed to make sense of this and where we're supposed to go next. Why is it that after the September 11th attacks, our responses actually ended up bringing about exactly what we didn't want to see? 16 years have passed, but it's not too late to turn it around and try something different. And so one of the things I've started doing in the last 4 years is do work in Muslim-Jewish relationships. I teach audiences in the US, Canada, and Israel about Islam, and they're overwhelmingly Jewish audiences. Everything from high school students in Israel to senior rabbis in Montreal. And so it's this incredibly diverse group of people for whom Islam is sometimes seen as simply foreign or alien, but often seen as threatening, menacing, and hateful. But what I do in these conversations is actually tell people how we can work together on these issues and how their actions can help bring about the change they want to see, as opposed to compound the problem they're trying to confront. We're so focused on the threat narrative that we don't actually think in terms of solutions. We think in terms of something bad is going to happen, and that's as far as we go with the conversation. And so it's not a surprise that in the last 16 years now, we've seen the problem of terrorism and extremism and instability in the Muslim world actually get much worse. How do we make sense of the world? What is the language that we use to make sense of the world? How do we find meaning in our lives? People might do it differently from different backgrounds, but fundamentally they're doing the same thing. And so very much for me, the work is about exploring our identities as a way of helping us to understand what's happening in the world.